Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. Alright, so this lesson is going to be about these women. Recently, you have this actress, I forget her name. She's from the show A Different World that was popular in the 90s. And she's basically talking about her finding a partner and how it's been hard for her to find a partner. And she's like 55 now. She's an older woman. But in her youth, she was kind of cute. But she could never find someone to be with her, basically. And it's always the man's fault. It's never their fault on why they can't find a husband. And this is piggybacking off of what Tracee Ellis Ross just did when she gave an interview talking about the reason why she hasn't found a partner is because of what she claims is toxic masculinity. And she's an older woman. I think she's in her 50s also. So basically, these women aren't spiritual. They aren't aware of what to do to keep a man. They don't understand how to serve a man or their family. Only thing they understand is serving their own feelings. It's all about their feelings. Their feelings are the only thing that matter. Alright? And that's why they're in the position that they're in. They're not spiritual. They don't follow the scriptures. And the scriptures reign supreme. Always. Always when you go to the scriptures, you see the way people are. And it'll always give you an example of why they are the way they are. Because they don't follow the scriptures. But when you follow the scriptures, you'll see your life have benefits. It'll be beneficiary. Alright, you'll see you'll reap what you sow. Alright, and you'll see you'll reap good things. But these women don't. And that's why they're so depressed. They wonder what's wrong with them. They sound so sad. They have a house full of, pets to cover the void of not having a partner or a husband. I should say just a husband. That is their partner. Because they can't get out of their own way. And they want a man to be what they want him to be, but not what the Lord wants him to be. And they don't want to be what they should be for the Lord. So play this, and I'm going to play the next one of Tracee, and get the scriptures.
So embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet. With all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen,
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
Giving myself the credit for how intelligent I really am. Alright? But she made the choice. But she made those choices, But she's talking about how smart she is and shit. Like, listen to her.
So embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet. With all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen,
She says she's too smart to have chosen what she's chosen. So basically, she somewhat is taking accountability because what she's chosen ain't worked. You know? So she's basically saying, oh, I'm too smart to be making these choices. But she's making wrong choices. Why? Because she's not following the scriptures. Alright? And she's trying to insert a certain type of guy that she's looking for. Which who the hell knows what that is? Because men are pretty simple. You know, hey, all you gotta do is honor your man, serve your man, and that's it. But they don't want to do that. Alright? So here's Tracy Ellis Ross.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize, and I have no interest in it.
Crazy.
So she claims she doesn't want to be a possession, a prize, and that men are toxic. You know, they're toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Either a man is just toxic or he's just, you know, evil or whatever. But masculinity is not toxic at all. Alright? It's just masculinity. Alright? And they don't want a masculine man or a man. Alright? They want whatever they want. But it ain't got nothing to do with a man being masculine. They don't want that. Alright? This is Sirach 36:24. It says, He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. A woman is supposed to be a pillar of rest, and she is that man's slacky, and she is that man's possession. All right, you belong to him. Simple. It could be that simple, but women don't want to make it that simple. All right, they want to be difficult. All right, which is why the lady from a different world, the actress from a different world, said she's 55 and this is embarrassing. Yeah, because she had that long to get it right, and she couldn't. All right, she couldn't get it right, and she looked at that as an embarrassment, because back in the days, if you didn't even have a husband, it was frowned upon. All right. This is Genesis 3:16. Upon the woman, he saith, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Women don't want a man to rule over them. Rule over a woman. They don't believe in that. They believe that they deserve to be liberated, so that they can work, and so that they can be equal to men in leadership roles and power, infrastructure. And it's funny because when I was on Twitter, I seen this video of a chick, and it was basically she was saying that when she dies and goes to heaven, she's gonna beat up the woman that decided that they wanted to fight for women's rights so that they can work. You know, basically saying like she didn't want this. You know, and you know, they want that women's rights thing to go on, because they want to dictate how things go. You know, which is why they're in the situation they're in now, which is why society has turned upside down, because there's no bigger supporting cast to this leftist, effeminate, weak nature of men and more behavior than women. I was gonna say just the black women, but no, it's women. Period. They love when the man is. They always used to put that in movies. Like, why don't a man tap into his feminine side or his soft side? They want you to do that so that you can appear weak, so that they can step in and overthrow you. That's what they want. All right. They want a man weak, and now all of a sudden, now that they finally got men to be this effeminate ass side of themselves, men carrying purses, wearing them tight ass jeans and clothes, walking, switching, acting like women and shit, talking about they in their soft girl phase and shit. Now all of a sudden you want to get mad. Well, this is what you supported though. Stop fucking with the way men think, and try to take that masculine spirit away from men, and you won't have this problem. Ephesians 5:22. It says, "Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Yahushua is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body." All right. So you are supposed to be in subjection to your husband. Honor your husband. It's not that hard. Just honor the man that you're with. All right. But when you operate with no wisdom, that's why you're 55 and single. All right. That's why you're in your 50s and you're single. You're still out here searching for a partner. It's because you don't know the scriptures. And you don't want to obey. You don't. So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai.